male vocal solo. First place with a scholarship to Lee University, Ayden Davis from Kentucky.
My name's Ayden, I'm from Gateway Church of God, and this is my story. So, I was born and raised in Worthington, Kentucky. It's a little small town. It's one of those towns that you know everybody there, everybody knows you. I come from a very religious family, but my household, they didn't really frequent going to church growing up, but I always learned Christian values and they always taught me that Jesus loves me, but growing up, I never really had that, connection, that personal connection to Christ. I was really annoying about that. If I'd met myself 7 years ago, I would not have liked him at all. But that all changed whenever I went to Kentucky Youth Camp in 2019. One of my friends had recommended that I come here, and she had been, raised in this church and she knew everybody in it. So I agreed and I came here and I immediately fell in love with the building and everybody that was in it. But I still at that point, I was going to hang out with my friends. They were like, hey, we're going to KYC this year. And I was like, okay, weeks worth of playing basketball and volleyball, going to hang out with my buddies, might as well do it. I didn't really look at it from the spiritual lens, but it was getting near the end of the week that I had my encounter with Christ. It was an altar call, and the guest speaker there had just said that if you have anything that's on your heart, if you want to commit your life to Christ, then just make an act that you wouldn't do otherwise. It's in your best interest to do so. And I fought with my mind the entire time, and part of me was saying, go up there, just give your heart, just give a little bit and he'll give all of it. But there was that part of me that was still there that was like, none of this is important. This is crazy. Why would you do that? And I just had to understand that the part of me that was holding me back is the part that I need to get rid of. I looked at my buddies and I was like, I'm gonna go up there. So I walked up there, and for a little bit I was there by myself. There were other people up on that altar, but I was off to the side and I was by myself. And I had a really important and really just connective conversation with Jesus one-on-one for the first time. As soon as that conversation ended, I felt the hands of all my friends. They had gathered around and they placed hands on me, and that was the moment I knew that I wanted to devote my life to Christ. And the guest speaker knelt down beside me, and I'll remember these words till the day I die. He said, Christ does not need perfect people. He just needs people that can change for him. And that's something that I think is really important, that people need to understand. It changed infinitely in such a great way that I can't even comprehend. I started walking with the grace of God, and I like to believe that I became a much more forgiving and very thoughtful person. Mm-hmm. And I used to have really bad issues with my anger. I was very easily irritable. Mm-hmm. But after that, I got into prayer more often, and I started reading his word, and I realized that we need to have the same forgiveness as Christ has forgiveness in us. And I had the idea of going into music, but I never really had that drive to actually go out and start doing it. But I started giving it my all because I firmly believed that my mission in the ministry was to get people involved in worship and to just get them pumped and get them going and to convey emotion through music. And I fully just gave 100% to Christ and to my music. By the grace of God and by the work of so many God-loving people, now I'm going to be part of Voices of Lee.